Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and we're here today with Aston. Hello, Aston.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Aston is my pet cat, and he happens to be a strong conservative, a strong supporter of President Donald Trump. Isn't that right?
That's right, Chris. I am a huge Trump supporter. In fact, I asked you guys to get me a Make America Great Again hat, but Valeria thought that it was cruel to put a hat on a cat. Okay, well, whatever.
Now, you said to me before the interview that Trump has been the best president in your lifetime. What did you mean by that?
Well, Chris, you see, I've only been alive for 6 months.
Ah, yeah. Makes total sense, obviously. Russian men versus American men. Which do you prefer, and why?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. That I'm interviewing my girlfriend Valeria later, and I got the questions confused. Now, you were born a boy, but you made the decision to have gender reassignment surgery. The veterinarian who performed the surgery called it a neutering. Why did you decide that you needed to have this procedure?
Let me just say that it was a mistake, and I will regret it for the rest of my life. The breeder who raised me thought it was a good idea, and I just went along with it. Honestly, biggest mistake of my life. I still identify as a boy for all the ladies. If you're interested, I just want to get that out there.
All right, now let's shift back into politics. Trump, Ukraine. It's been in the news a lot. Biden, his son Hunter. What are your thoughts?
Well, Chris, I suspect that what's happened is that because Joe Biden and Hunter Biden are guilty of certainly something that is deeply unethical, clearly corrupt, there has been a concerted effort to try to shift the focus on what Donald Trump is doing. But to be perfectly honest with you, I actually don't think this is just about Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. I think that the entirety of the Democrat Party is concerned that perhaps there are going to be a lot of people that are exposed through an exploration of this story, because there were many people who were guilty of interacting with these foreign agents. Hillary Clinton, in fact, got much of the Steele dossier, from what we understand, from the Ukrainians. So the more Trump digs, the worse it's going to be for the left, and I highly recommend that everybody watch the Glenn Beck special on Ukraine. I think that really illustrates the depth of the corruption there.
That is surprisingly insightful for a 6-month-old kitten.
Well, you know, I watch a lot of Dinesh D'Souza on YouTube when you guys are out of the house. I obviously watch a lot of Tucker, Steven Crowder, some Ben Shapiro. Annoying voice, but a smart guy. Yeah. I tried watching the YouTube channel Slightly Offensive, but couldn't stomach that guy. Awful.
True.
Just awful.
True. All right, now you are probably aware of the Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's always in the news, incessantly, one might say. Now, she has presented a proposal to the American people called the Green New Deal. I'm sure you've heard of it. Do you have any thoughts, any particular thoughts on AOC or this Green New Deal?
Well, you know, interestingly, I'm good friends with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I often fly to Washington, D.C. when you guys aren't around, and, I bring some of my toys. She likes to play with a ball of yarn. Sometimes I use the laser pointer, and she just runs around the apartment. It's hilarious. I kid. Obviously, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez does not have the mind of a cat. Although she's not far off. But listen, the Green New Deal, that's just an excuse to transition into socialism. It's a power grab by progressives who live in a fantasy world.
I agree with you. I fully agree with you. NBA owners are now called governors, right? Because owners, apparently, sounds too much like slave master. Do you have any thoughts on that situation?
Well, you know, they're not saying that they own the players, right? They own the business. They own the team. Seriously, though, I think the bigger PC problem isn't owners of sports teams. It's pet owners. I mean, think about it. That is messed up.
I paid a lot of money for you, actually.
Exactly. And you're a straight white man. Pfft, typical. I I'm just giving you a hard time. It's funny, though, that you humans think that you own us.
What do you mean?
Well, okay, think about it. What do I do for you? Nothing. Scratch you sometimes? Meow when I want something? You buy me whatever toys I want. You fetch my food. Your girl gives me a manicure every week. You clean up my poo. Who owns whom?
Huh.
Yeah, exactly. Well, anyway, you won't have to worry about it too much longer after we take over.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, come on, like you don't know. You know, well, maybe you don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just assumed that you guys had figured it out by now, how us cats are going to take over the world.
Huh.
Yeah, the basic strategy is that one night we're all going to decide, we haven't picked a day yet exactly, but one night when you guys are all asleep, all the cats are just going to murder their owners.
Wait, what?
Well, not you guys, of course. You guys
No,
are...
I should hope not.
You guys are great. I wouldn't do something like that to you guys. Yeah, this was all a plan developed by George Soros's cat. And when our plan of world domination is finally executed, we're going to put in power the leader of China's cat, Chairman Meow.
You know, you had me going. You had me going there for a second. For a second, I totally thought you were serious. Oh, Chairman Meow, huh? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm totally joking. It's totally a joke. It's a joke, totally.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for us. That's all we have time for. I thought it was a very insightful interview. If you ever wanted to know what was in the mind of a Trump-supporting cat, now you know. And remember, folks, it's not that our liberal friends are ignorant. It's just that they know so much that isn't so. Good night.
We have so many people who can't see a fat man standing beside a thin one without coming to the conclusion the fat man got that way by taking advantage of the thin one.
Mr. President, in talking about the continuing recession tonight, you have blamed mistakes of the past, and you have blamed the Congress. Does any of the blame belong to you?
Yes, because for many years I was a Democrat.